Donald Trump, known for his colorful and controversial personality, has left a mark not only in the world of business and politics, but also in the media space. One of the most intriguing aspects of his career is related to his use of the pseudonyms John Barron and John Miller. These fictional characters played a key role in his interactions with the press in the 1980s and 1990s. The history of the use of these pseudonyms provides unique insight into how Trump managed his public image and controlled information. John Barron's appearance. The name John Barron first appeared in the early 1980s. During this period, Trump was actively expanding his real estate empire and needed constant media attention. Barron was introduced as Trump's press secretary and spokesman. His role was to provide comments and interviews on Trump's behalf, creating a certain image and managing the public's perception. Barron did not simply represent Trump's company. He was often used to relay information that favorably highlighted Trump's affairs or responded to criticism. With his help, Trump was able to influence the news while remaining in the shadows and avoiding direct responsibility for what was said. The fictional press secretary John Miller. In the mid-1990s, another alias emerged, John Miller. This fictional press secretary also represented Trump and gave interviews on his behalf. Miller, like Barron, was created to manage Trump's image in the press. His emergence coincided with a period when Trump was expanding his interests in entertainment and hospitality, as well as being actively involved in public life. One of the most famous uses of the name John Miller was in a 1991 interview with People magazine. In this interview, Miller, supposedly Trump's new press secretary, talked about Trump's personal life and business dealings. Later, when a recording of this interview was released, many noticed that Miller's voice sounded strikingly similar to Trump himself. Reasons for the use of pseudonyms. The use of pseudonyms had several reasons. First, it allowed Trump to create certain stories and control information while remaining out of the direct spotlight. He could control the news and shape his public image through fictitious spokespeople. Second, the pseudonyms gave Trump the ability to make his case and respond to criticism without appearing overconfident or aggressive. Barron and Miller could speak freely about Trump's affairs, praise his accomplishments, and refute negative statements, creating the appearance of objectivity. Third, the use of pseudonyms allowed Trump to experiment with different strategies to manage his image. He could test which messages and approaches worked best and adapt his media strategy without risking his personal brand. Public and media reaction. For years, the use of pseudonyms went relatively unnoticed by the general public, although journalists and media personnel suspected that Barron and Miller might have been fictitious. It wasn't until 2016, when Trump was actively involved in the presidential campaign, that the topic received renewed attention. At that time, The Washington Post published an article claiming that Trump often introduced himself as John Miller in conversations with reporters. The article cited audio recordings and evidence to support this. Trump initially denied using pseudonyms, but the recordings spoke for themselves. Miller's voice was indistinguishable from Trump's. The impact on Trump's image. The story of the pseudonyms John Barron and John Miller demonstrates how obsessed Trump was with controlling his public image. His desire to control the news and manipulate public opinion shows how he used the media to further his interests. While many criticized Trump for using such methods, others saw it as a display of his entrepreneurial cunning and ability to use any means to achieve his goals. Regardless of the attitude towards his methods, the fact remains that Trump masterfully managed his image, and pseudonyms were one of the tools in his arsenal. Psychological aspect. It is interesting to consider the psychological aspect of using pseudonyms. It suggests that Trump was willing to go to great lengths to control his image. Creating fictional characters allowed him to express his thoughts and feelings while remaining relatively safe. This approach may be evidence of his desire to avoid criticism and accountability by allowing freedom of expression through alternative personalities. It also shows his willingness to take risks and creativity in problem-solving. Implications and lessons. The John Barron and John Miller story has important lessons for understanding media strategy and image management. First, it emphasizes the importance of controlling information and the ability to influence public opinion. Second, it is an example of how far a person can go in pursuit of success and recognition. For Trump, the use of pseudonyms was just one of many strategies that helped him reach the top in business and politics. His experience shows that image management is an art that requires creativity, determination, and a willingness to take risks. Implications and lessons. The John Barron and John Miller story has important lessons for understanding media strategy and image management. First, it emphasizes the importance of controlling information and the ability to influence public opinion. Second, it is an example of how far a person can go in pursuit of success and recognition. For Trump, the use of pseudonyms was just one of many strategies that helped him reach the top in business and politics. His experience shows that image management is an art that requires creativity, determination, and a willingness to take risks. Donald Trump, primarily known as a businessman and politician, has also managed to leave his mark in movies and television. His cameo roles, though minor in terms of screen time, have often played a comic or metaphorical role, adding a special flavor to films and TV series. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. One of Trump's most famous cameo roles is his appearance in the movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992. In this scene, the main character, Kevin McAllister, gets lost in the Plaza Hotel and asks for directions from Donald Trump, who directs him to the lobby. Although the scene is short, it is memorable to many viewers and has become iconic. At the time, Trump owned the Plaza Hotel, which added an extra reality to his on-screen appearance. The Prince of Beverly Hills. In 1994, Donald Trump appeared in an episode of the popular television series The Prince of Beverly Hills. In this episode, Trump played himself, participating in a comedic scene where he impresses the main character, Will Smith, with his wealth and status. This appearance emphasized his image as one of the most famous and wealthy people in America. Trump's role in The Prince of Beverly Hills was part of his strategy to strengthen his own brand by utilizing popular media platforms. Sex and the City. Donald Trump also starred in an episode of the iconic TV series Sex and the City. His appearance was in the first episode of the second season, which was released in 1999. In this episode, he plays himself and appears in a scene in a restaurant. Trump does not speak a word, but his presence in the frame adds a special atmosphere to the scene, emphasizing the glamour and luxury of the world in which the main characters of the series live. His role, again, emphasizes him as an integral part of New York's elite society. In addition to the above roles, Donald Trump has also appeared in a number of other movies and television series. These include his brief appearances in films such as Fool's Gold, 1994, and The Beast from the Magic Forest, 2001, as well as the TV series The Drew Carey Show and Hard Times at the Royal Hotel. Each of these appearances by Trump served as a cameo of sorts that added recognizability and instantly caught the attention of viewers. His screen presence was always associated with wealth, power, and success, which reflected his real life and business empire. Donald Trump's on-screen appearances not only served to entertain, but also served an important function in building his personal brand. Each of these roles reinforced his image as a successful businessman and celebrity, which contributed to his popularity and acceptance in society. This image played a key role in his later political career when he ran for and was elected President of the United States in 2016.